K92. I'm Freddy Mac. And the crazy, talented, fierce, taking over the world, Ava Max.
What's up?
Hi. Thanks so much for taking the time. Debut album on the way. Debut studio album on the way.
It seems surreal.
Yeah, I bet. Heaven and Hell, September 18th. How you feeling? Besides surreal, like, is it feeling good? You ready?
I'm so ready for everyone to have this album. I've had it for a minute, so I'm just ready to let it into the universe.
Yeah. It's been a while because it's had some delays from what I've seen.
Oh my God, yeah. Last year I was on tour. I didn't even have time to do a photo shoot because I was just in so many different countries. So I just couldn't even do a shoot for the album. So then earlier this year, we got in lockdown and there was a pandemic and we did not know what was coming. So, I mean, I feel like in general, this was the best time, September, because right now I'm feeling like this is the new normal now, So before we didn't know what there was to come. I was nervous to release an album at that time. It didn't feel right. It still kind of feels weird, but I feel like music is medicine. And, my dad reminded me that recently. He was like, music is medicine. Don't forget that. And I'm like, you're right. I can't be afraid to put out music,
Yeah, and I was thinking the same thing. I look forward to New Music Friday. It gives you something to look forward to, but also music is very healing. I'm a musician. I've played drums my whole life. And so, music is just what keeps me going. And I was going to ask, besides the pandemic and everything, with that weird feeling of releasing music, but when you're putting something that's healing out into the world, it's gotta make you feel better.
100%. I feel like it does, and it's just a weird time in general. So I have to learn how to cope with it. As an artist, we can't tour, we can't see our fans, we can't touch our fans, we can't talk to our fans in person. So virtually is the only way. And so music, I couldn't hold back the album any longer. I just couldn't.
Gotta do it. September 18th, Heaven and Hell. I was going to ask, with a debut studio album like this one, that's been kind of delayed for a lot of different reasons. Do you feel any pressure with the first one? Do you feel pressure, you got to prove something, I'm here and I'm here to stay, to all the F boys, the haters, the doubters,
the trolls. No,
the trolls,
the internet trolls. No, I definitely do. But then again, I don't really care. I've come to the point in my life where I'm I've made it literally through heaven and hell. I feel like every human has. Our life is upside down like this. One day it's a roller coaster. One day it's amazing. One day it's it could be better. Let this day slide. Next day. So it's so I feel like Heaven and Hell was the perfect title for the album because of how I feel, what I've been through to make it right now. I've had to go through a lot of obstacles and I've had to keep going.
Yeah, you got to keep pushing through to that light at the end of the tunnel. Okay. And I was going to say, that's such a big name for an album, Heaven and Hell. I'm a sucker for, I'll tell you, I'm a sucker for album artwork. That's why I like vinyls and posters, because it's just you can see that piece of the art. And then there's also the music itself in the title of the album. So it's just kind of both sides of the spectrum here.
So the cover is super simple. I wanted to keep it simple. It's funny. It was the last photo we took that day. It was the last photo. And we thought we were planning to make the album cover completely different. And you're the first person I'm telling this to. Literally, I was planning it to be completely different. What was going to be is going to be inside the booklet. It's very animated. But when I saw the picture, I was like, this is it. It's simple. It describes heaven and hell. I just feel like I don't even think I have a cover like this. So I'm like, this is it. It's simple. Right. I'm just going to leave it like that. And then the inside of the album, you open the booklet, it's insane. The pictures are crazy. I can't even say anything, but they're very animated.
Oh, lots of surprises.
Yeah, it takes you into the heaven and hell.
Okay, so is this for CD? Is this for vinyl? However you're getting the artwork, we're gonna be able to have it?
Yeah, CD, vinyl, cassettes. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna definitely have to get the vinyl because I like that nostalgic sound to it as well. But then again, you know, the artwork that you've worked so hard on, it's big and it's just there. As simple as that is, but it's still a monumental thing for you with the new album.
Yeah.
Yeah. No features and no ballads, from what I understand.
Yep. So no, yeah, I have features.
I feel like there was a little wink there. It was kind of like a.
You know, again, I'm gonna have features, but I love features. I love collaborating, but not on the debut album. I want the fans to really get to know me, and they've waited so long for this debut album, so I just really wanted to connect with my fans. But doesn't mean there's not gonna be any around it.
I like that. I like the mysterious, like, so there could be some surprise here and there, you know.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's exciting. It's definitely exciting.
Well, good. I want to ask about Sweet But Psycho, which was kind of like, that's kind of when you got on my radar, you got on our radar here at K92. And I just, from the title of the song, before I even listened, I was like, okay, I think she's the type to like key someone's car. Like she might, and I hope that doesn't like offend you, but I'm like,
I think so, but I'm actually a scaredy cat.
Okay. Okay.
Like, you would think so. I would literally, I'm not even kidding you, I would hire someone to do it. Does that sound crazy?
It sounds a little psycho.
Like that evil laugh.
Yeah. It's like, I got something for you.
I don't want to get caught.
Right. And your hair is kind of a dead giveaway too. It's like, oh, I definitely saw like a blonde hair or orange hair.
Yeah, orange or blonde. I change it up, you know.
Yeah, so you've never actually keyed a car. That's good to know.
No, I actually don't think I could do it. I feel like, again, if someone really messed with me, I'd be like, I'd let somebody else do it.
Okay. I like the way you think. Don't get caught.
Yeah. No.
Right, and ruin it. Okay, so then when I listen to the actual song, and the more you listen to it, the more you kind of understand it. So it's really more of a girl just showing her true colors, but being misunderstood, you know, in the end, in the relationship, and then somehow being called a psycho.
I know,
right?
And psycho is redefined in my book. I feel like psycho means like, okay, you speak your mind, you're passionate, you're strong. It doesn't mean necessarily you're nuts and you will key a car. It's more like, I don't know, and it can go either way. Both sides can get gaslighted, I believe, right? So there's a thing called a narcissist. I'm sure you've heard of it. So
I have.
That narcissist can gaslight the person in the relationship and make that he or she feel like a psycho. In this instance, I felt like I've been gaslighted in the past. So I personally feel like psycho is a word that a lot of girls tend to get called when they're like trying to, you know, they're so passionate about things, but then, you know, maybe the guy's more logical. I don't know. But I think women can be logical too, but we're more passionate, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. When do you feel like in a relationship, you can show your true colors, you know, all your personality and things like that? Because, you know, you can get called a psycho or be like, oh, she's crazy or whatever if you show it too soon, quote unquote, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It depends on the relationship. If you're with like a good guy or a good girl who's like understanding, I feel like it's, again, every relationship is literally heaven and hell. Like it's ups and downs. Like there's no perfect relationship. If there's a perfect relationship, I want them to DM me for real. Like I need to know. Like I don't know if there is, but I feel like in general, like you would know like the person by like what, the 7th, third month, like you would really know someone, or 4th month, or even a year in. Sometimes it's a year in.
Yeah, it depends on how much time you're spending with each other, maybe, or you know, just how you connect. You know, it may depend.
Yeah, like you just have to be cool with one another and respect each other. I think the worst thing is being with someone who's a narcissist who's gonna just continue to beat you down and gaslight you. I think that's just the worst kind of relationship, and we all know there are a lot out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of toxicity. When the song first came out, I think you were misunderstood, and the video too. and there was some controversy.
There was
a lot of misunderstanding. That people were saying, "Oh, she's normalizing the stigmas of people with mental health problems." But however, you've been very outspoken about mental health and being an advocate for those types of things.
Yeah, it's weird because I've suffered from anxiety and panic attacks. I've ended up in the hospital, like after my grandma passed away in 2011, I just couldn't get out of the hospital. I was going crazy. I didn't know what a panic attack was. It was my first time having a panic attack. So I would never, ever normalize that kind of stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't make it a thing to laugh about. Like it's not a laughing matter. It's actually a really serious matter. And mental health has to be taken seriously. That's why I say when someone is called psycho, they're being passionate. They're not actually psycho unless they kill someone. Yes, they're psycho now. But the psycho in my book, it's redefined, you know? We're not talking about like Sid and Nancy here.
For sure, yeah.
It's funny because Sid and Nancy was in So Am I, in my song So Am I. Oh, so dress up fancy like Sid and Nancy. So I wanted to add that in there because I feel like a lot of people misunderstand me, and I feel like you said, they twist sometimes, you know, the saying or the words, but it's like a telephone game. Everyone's gonna twist the words.
Yeah, for sure. And well, speaking of like mental health, I was going to ask you, how are you doing, and how are you staying sane during quarantine? You know, pandemic, and you can't really do what we normally do. How are you doing mentally? Because depression and all these things are at like anxiety at an all-time high. So how are you doing? How are you feeling?
It's horrible. And I know people who are going through it right now. And at the beginning of the quarantine, I was really going through it. I felt like I was just hiding in my spot, like just like eating my feelings away and just like, and I'm not even kidding you, I felt worse staying like indoors. So you have to go out for like walks, like you have to get fresh air. When I get fresh air, I feel like 100 times better.
For sure.
So I think reading helps. Listening to music is a great outlet.
Yeah, if you keep your head in or your face in social media and your phone all day long without.
Oh yeah, I have to like find my phone for at least an hour a day because I'm telling you, it can make you sick. Like it can literally give you headaches. It can give you nausea. It can give you all the feels. And then if you just like get rid of your phone for an hour, you feel so much better. Like it's like you're like, wait, I feel a weight lifted off of me because you don't have all these words or information from other people's minds. It's like energy. Like I'm an empath, so I feel a lot of energy from other people. So I have to detach, you know? So
in order to recharge.
Oh, 100%. I have to be able to recharge. Yeah.
Yeah, I did that for a weekend. Went to visit some friends at the beach, and I was like, you know what? I'm deleting all social media off my phone just so that I can just kind of get away from it. It wasn't really, not that I know of, doing anything to me. I know at the end of the weekend, looking back, I felt like
a new person, right?
Kind of out of the loop, but I felt recharged. I felt like fresh.
Yeah, it's weird. It kind of drains your mind, and so in a weird way. But social media can be good, but it can also be bad. So it's like 50-50. Like you got to use it wisely, kind of, because if you drain your mind, it's necessary. It's basically in a way draining your entire body, and it can make you sick, which causes depression. Really can. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're finding that balance and getting out and getting fresh air. Kings and queens, and I will tell you this, I think that I'm willing to bet we were the first radio station to play this record.
What? Thank you so much. What?
We love it. I love it. And our listeners love it. It's blowing up like crazy.
What? Thank you. I see. This makes me like want to tear up. Like honestly, thank you so much for the support. It means so much, and especially because I am from Virginia. I grew up in Virginia. So
nice. Okay. So yeah, we all your Virginians over here, we're loving the record. And I think we were playing it before we were technically supposed to, but don't tell anybody I told you that. Okay. No problem. I heard that when you were recording the song, and maybe you were working on the entire album, but you were yelling in the studio, joking around about wanting to put "I Am No Damsel in Distress" in a song or into the song.
Yeah, literally, because I feel like I used to say that all the time when I'd be dating. Like, it'd be like, because they would say weird stuff. Like, when you're dating, they say like they don't know you, right? Because you're just dating these people. So, and then they say something that maybe degrades you in a way, and you're just like, okay, so as a woman, I'm like, I'm not a damsel in distress. You don't need to save me. I literally said those words. So I put them in the song because I felt like so connected to it. And it actually sounded good.
Your dreams came true. And on that tip about, being independent, being a strong person in your own right. Y'all don't necessarily need a man or need a spouse.
Just coffee.
Yeah, just my coffee.
The only thing I really need, let's be real, is coffee. No?
All of us, really. We just need to all mind our business, drink plenty of water and plenty of coffee. We'll be fine. But women really do deserve to be put on a pedestal. They really do deserve the highest honor and the most respect. Our moms, our grandmas, we would not be here without any of these women.
Yeah, moms, grandmas. I mean, they need the most respect, right? Because they've been through stuff that we haven't been through, and they've lived like twice, quadruple our lifetime. So it's like they know so much, so they have so much wisdom, and being women in a place where a lot of men have power. It's a tough thing, especially in career field.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I love seeing women in leadership roles, director positions.
I love
it just means a lot because women have a whole lot to offer. Men, we just get we think we know it all. We're dumb. We're way dumber than you guys, than the ladies. So
I like you.
So thank you for continuing that female empowerment and pushing against the naysayers of it's a man's world, and like
we just have to keep seeing queens in positions of power, women queens, all queens, like they need to be held up to a different standard. We need to be equal, at least be equal, so I think that is my main goal.
Definitely. And then I can't not talk about Who's Laughing Now.
I'm so excited for that song.
This is going to be, according to the video, it's on the B side of the album, the hillside. It's kind of revengey.
A little bit of psycho in there. I had to give you guys a little bit more Sweet But Psycho vibes because I feel like I just had to get a second Sweet But Psycho on the album. So this to me is the second Sweet But Psycho. So it's crazy how much the fans are relating to it. I mean, I think it's my biggest and fastest rising song on YouTube, which is insane. I'm like, every time I go on YouTube, it's like 1 million views higher. I'm like, what is going on with the song? It's like insane. But I think they like me as a psycho. You guys are basically telling me I need to be psycho in every song.
in the best way possible, but it's really that karma thing, right? Like,
it's a bigger picture because if you see the characters, there's different characters that are being taken advantage of. So the main character that I resonate with is the one in the psych ward because she has instruments and music coming out of her veins. And I'm not even kidding you. I had to put that in the treatment because I felt like growing up trying to make it in the music industry, everyone was like, you're never going to make it. Oh, you're too this, you're too that. Oh, you can try, they would call me sweetie and just like, act like I didn't exist. So in my head, I'm like, this is how I felt. I felt like I had music in my veins, instruments literally coming out of my veins. And so I wanted to show that, represent that in the video. Like, no, you can't stop me. Like, it's in my blood. So that's what that represents me.
I love that. It was an awesome video, and then very powerful lyrics. I think I like most what goes around comes around.
Oh, karma!
Isn't it just cool to just sit back and just watch karma do her thing? To somebody that's done you wrong or done you dirty or whatever, and you just sit back and you just be like, you know what? Okay. And sometimes that takes a while.
Look, I hate to say it because it's so cliche, but karma is such a real thing. And energy is everything. I mean, we are made of star particles. We are energy. Like, we just are. And so what we think, we become. And I swear the moment I started thinking positive, everything in my life changed.
100%. I'm a glass half full person, so I'm right there with you. Positivity. Yeah, we got enough negativity. Give me that positive. Yeah, we have plenty. We have more than enough. There's light at the end of the tunnel, though. There's positive. There's better times to be had, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Really quick, before you go, I did want to ask you another question. this might be tough, but I want you to try. I want you to see what you can do. What do you have a personal favorite song from the album? Because there's a track list floating around. I'm not sure if it's 100% correct, but is there a track that's your favorite, your personal favorite?
That's funny.
Can you pick one?
There's one song in that track list floating around that is not going to be on the album, and it's replaced with another song. So they got it wrong. No,
okay,
but,
I figured.
No, but it's definitely. I can tell you "Who's Laughing Now" is probably one of my favorite songs I've released so far. I can't say anything else, but the "Who's Laughing Now" is like literally it's everything I feel inside for years. It's everything I've always wanted to say. Like, who's laughing now? Like, to the people who never believed in me, told me I was never going to make it. Everything I felt, all the sadness, it's like, poof, it's gone with these lyrics. It's like, it feels like, wow, I actually have a song that represents how I feel and what I've been through. And so, Who's Laughing Now is definitely my favorite. Okay,
perfect. And you kind of described it as a Sweet But Psycho Part 2.
Yeah, it's Sweet But Psycho Part 2 in general. Like, it's just like, it's kind of, it has a hint of revenge, but it's more so like a thing about, like you said, like light at the end of the tunnel, like being your own hero and making it on your own and knowing that you're stronger than all your obstacles.
Yeah, if you do it your own way too. If you do it the way all these other people are saying you're supposed to do things, or the way you're supposed to look or act or talk or sing, or you're going to be all over the place. You're just going to spiral out of control.
You know, the funniest rumor that I've been reading about myself online, I haven't even talked about this, but the funniest rumor I've been reading is that the label, my record label, told me to cut my hair like that, but it's not true. You know?
No, you did that on your own.
There's a rumor going on that like they're thinking like she was made to like cut her hair like this, but no, it's literally how I like my hair. And I think people need to just do what they want to do. Literally, like if I want to cut my hair like this, I can cut my hair like this. I think I like it this way. It's my prerogative. I think it's just weird how rumors fly around and like it's like they think different things online. That's another thing. It's like just care for people, don't compare, say nice things. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it.
Absolutely. So powerful. Ava Max, thank you so much.
Thank you. You're awesome.
Thank you. Continued success to you on the album. Looking forward to September 18th, Heaven and Hell. And hopefully we can do this in person sometime very soon.
Yes. You let me know when I can come travel.
For sure. Thank you so much for sharing your art with us. And again, looking forward to it and more success to you, okay?
Thank you, you too. And yeah, stay healthy.
Yeah, you too.
See you.
Take it easy. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.